myself. There we go, on a quick pinned post here for a second. Actually, it doesn't matter. So welcome everyone who is here, Terry and Margot and Delicia, and welcome all our replay watchers. Oh, and Brooke is joining us. That makes me so happy. Hi, Brooke.
Yay!
Yay.
Hey.
So hi. So I'm just quickly opening the call here so everybody knows what we're doing. So we're here with a very exciting insider glimpse into the January 27 Wellness, Caribbean Wellness Cruise Adventure. Delicia here is a fantastic travel planner that's working with me. She's an expert on booking with Virgin Voyages and on traveling with them. And she's going to do a presentation so you can get a glimpse of what that experience can look like on board the cruise,
Mhm.
what you can expect, how you can make it awesome for yourself. And I'm going to briefly share about the wellness adventure that we're going to do on this cruise. And we're also going to be here for Q&A. So just take note of any questions that you have. We'll have a moment at the end of this call for Q&A. And because we're a small circle, you can also actually just interrupt us if that's okay for you. Delicia is like, hold on, quick question.
Okay,
And we just do
sure.
that. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to give the word to you, Delicia, right away to get started with your presentation. Oh, quickly before. My name is Astrid Mueller, and I'm the founder of the Integrative Wellness Network, and I will be your host of this travel adventure on Virgin Voyages with our wellness experience that we're producing with the Integrative Wellness Network. So anyway,
Mhm.
now to you, Delicia. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're perfect. So I'm Delicia Ivans. I am the travel coordinator, travel planner for this trip for you all. I'm very excited to be here. I love Integrative Wellness Network. I love everything that Astrid has built. And I also love Virgin. So these are a really great pairing because of all the really fun things that Virgin focuses on, from food quality to sustainability, to reducing emissions, to working with small businesses. So it's a really good fit, and they have a lot of really good wellness initiatives and things like that on board. I'm gold certified, gold tier certified specialist with Virgin Voyages. That's the highest. So I know a lot of things. However, if you happen to find a question that stumps me, I'll be happy to do some research for you. I'll go talk to my Virgin Voyages team members and get back with you. No problem there. But I should know answers to most of them. So with that, we're just going to jump in. So let me go ahead and screen share real quick. And I'm working with two screens over here, so hopefully I can see everyone while I'm doing this. Okay, can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Good. Okay, perfect. Okay, so just a quick recap. This is for 6 nights, Miami, Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and Bimini. And we're also doing a bonus night Miami. So the actual itinerary is 6 nights, but with that bonus night Miami, the day before the cruise, it kind of tops out at 7. You'll see here on the screen, the actual cruise itinerary is January the 10th through the 16th of next year. That bonus night, there's a hotel stay, and I'm going to show you that on the next slide, I think. That'll be January 9th. And I just always advise with flights being delayed and things that can happen, I always advise for cruises that people fly into the port the day before, just so if there's any kind of flight delay or anything like that, you don't miss your ship trying to scramble and get there the day of. So let me just hit next. Okay, so this is the itinerary. And you can see here, we've got Miami, Florida. So this is where we're going to sail out of, and that's on January the 10th. Again, flying into the day before, you'll arrive January the 9th, but your cruise actually departs at 5 p.m. Then you've got a nice sea day here. They've got a beautiful spa. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. Yoga on deck, all kind of really fun things. And we'll get into what's on board as far as activities later on in the presentation. Then day 3, you're at Ocho Rios, Georgetown, another day at sea. And then Bimini Beach Club is their exclusive, it's their private beach club, very pretty, beautiful swimming waters before you head back to Miami, arriving back in dock at 6:30. One thing to note on this itinerary is that there is one of the ports, I believe it's Georgetown, that requires a tender boat, which basically means they can't pull the ship into the port as normal. The port is too small. So what they do is they kind of dock off the port, and then they take a smaller boat, a tender boat, to that port to get you on the island. So if you have some kind of ADA or wheelchair access or things like that that are needed, talk to me so we can see what's available for you and plan some alternative things. Okay. Now, why Virgin Voyages? Virgin Voyages started off, I think there are some cruise lines who offer now some adults only cruises, but Virgin Voyages is the only one in the United States that started off as adults only 18 plus cruises. What this means, and guys, I have kids. I love my kids, but what this means is that there's no kids taking up the hot tub on the pool deck. There's no fresh goldfish crackers in the elevator floor. Like there's no crying at the dining room table. I mean, unless there's an adult situation. No, I'm just kidding. There's none of that. There's no high chairs that need to be pulled out. And I love doing cruises with my kids, but for a wellness experience where you're really focused on connecting with each other, connecting with yourself, and doing something that really not a lot of other people are doing, Virgin is it. Being adults only makes them fantastic. The other thing I like is I'm a huge foodie. I love one of my favorite things to do when I travel is explore food. They don't do buffets on Virgin. So if you've been on any other cruise line, you generally have access to one main dining area, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then you've kind of got this buffet thing happening. And then there might be like a burger joint or a taco joint. And then these other restaurants are gated. Like you can only get access to them if you pay extra, like an extra $50 or $100 to access the sushi restaurant or the, steak restaurant or whatever that is. Virgin doesn't do buffets, which I love. I never feel like I do well on buffets. I feel like I always eat too much and then I feel sick afterward, or there's like sneeze guards and they gross me out. I'm not a total germaphobe, but it is kind of there. They also do truly all inclusive. So with other cruise ships, you might get the cruise package and then you're going to pay extra for the Wi-Fi package. You're going to pay extra to have sodas. You're going to pay extra for group fitness classes. They don't do that. So the price you see, and we'll talk about pricing at the end, but the price you see is going to be inclusive of all of that. So your group fitness classes are included. You want to do a bar class, a Pilates class, a yoga class, that's all included. Your food, all your meals are included. No gated restaurants. There's over 20 restaurants there to serve you. Real sit down experiences. And they do have like a little market for like grab and go sandwiches and stuff for excursion days. Your basic juices are included, your coffee and soda. If you like soda, that's all covered in your base fare. Also, Virgin has top tier entertainment. We'll talk about shows in a minute, but they do some fantastic entertainment on board, from magic to cabaret to plays to musicians. And they also have their famous Scarlet Night party, which I think Astrid went to. So that's a lot of fun. And they're a brand new ship. So the company has been around for 5, I think almost 6 years this year. So all of their ships are really new. They all have a boutique hotel experience kind of feel to them. They're all gorgeous, and you'll get to see those in a second. And they're very wellness focused. So everything from tracks that you can run around on deck to pools to spas to fitness classes, everything is very wellness forward. They even have a specialty place near the pool deck called Gym and Tonic, which is one of my favorites for like protein smoothies, and like ginger and turmeric smoothies or anything you want there. So they're very, very fantastic for that. Okay. And this is the room that we are looking at. This is the room that's included in the package. So this is a central sea terrace. And what that means is you're getting this balcony out here. And I wish I had a shot of just the balcony. But you get these beds. So this is like a queen size bed, or maybe it's a king, but these are 2 doubles pushed together. So these can be separated if you have 2 people who want to share a room, or you can configure it throughout the daytime to be like a really fun couch or a sleeper sofa with like a chaise lounge. You can make it a living room kind of vibe if you want to host a couple of people in your room. And then of course the deck, you've got this ocean view deck, this patio, this balcony with a handmade red hammock. This is their signature thing. So you can sit out there, you need some downtime, you want a little quiet time, you want to wake up slowly in the morning, have breakfast delivered to your room, sip your coffee outside on your deck while you read your book. This is your space for that. And all of this is just a very clean, minimalistic feel, which I love. The other reason I love Virgin Voyages, I mentioned a minute ago, is their sustainability initiatives. So one of the things that Virgin does is they don't have any single-use plastic on board, and they don't have paper on board. So when you come, you're going to be traveling with your water bottle. And if you want to bring your own paper, your own notebook, you're welcome to. Or like one of my favorite things, I just got this Kindle Scribe. I have fun stickers on mine, but that's my e-tablet, and that's I keep all my notes and stuff in there. But that way they're reducing paper and they're also reducing plastics. So it's going to be real silverware. You're not going to see like vending machines with anything like that in there. Also, they build individual relationships with small vendors on each of the islands that when they partner with them to do excursions and tours, you're supporting local tourism and local businesses there. Yellowleaf Hammocks, which they're in rural Thailand, that's who makes their hammocks. Fantastic company. If you want to look them up, it's Yellowleaf. And they do amazing things there. And then their bath essentials are biocompatible as well. So really fun things. And now we get to one of my favorite things, which is food and dining. So as I mentioned a couple of these already, one of the things that I did not mention is that the menus are created by Michelin star chefs. So if you like eating well, like chocolate dipped bacon or, like seared scallops and
Marvel.
things like that. I know, like that's going to be there. And then the test kitchen has all these really fun experiences. So if you
Mhm.
want to like travel and adventure and do something a little fun. The test kitchen, you kind of go in for the experience. And they serve small portions. So it's Michelin star like quality experiences. And if you're still hungry after, you can go get pizza or whatever you want. But they have great, great food in there. And I think there's even, did I put it on this one? Yeah, a video. So we're going to quickly link over to Virgin
Tanisha,
site because
let, let me
I
say something
couldn't.
real
Oh yeah, go
quick
ahead.
as you're doing that.
Absolutely.
So I went to that test kitchen too, and and in any restaurant you can order as many dishes as you like. That's a cool thing because
Hmm.
everything is inclusive. You can just say like, "Oh, I can't make up my mind. Let's make a whole table with your friends and like let's take this," and then you have this
You
amazing.
can.
It was so.
Yeah, a lot of groups love doing like the family style where everybody orders one or two things and you all just kind of like build your own plates, which is a lot of fun. And they're happy to do that for you.
Yep.
So this is like a little food video and it's one of my favorites that they have. I'm going to see if it'll load for us. Maybe or not. If not, I'll send the link. Oh, and maybe because I'm screen sharing, I'm just taking too much internet. Oh, well, we tried.
That's
Let me get
okay.
back to our presentation. But there's a fun video and I wanted to show you guys. Oh, not too fast. Okay. So now let me get back to our full screen view. There we go. Okay. So we also have different types of dining. I mentioned that for you guys. So you've got the galley, you've got that's kind of their food hall. These are all made to order, but you're talking sandwiches, hummus dip. If you need some kind of like deli type thing or like a pack and go for your excursions, that's where you're gonna pick that stuff up. Granola cups, yogurt cups, like little things. If you just want like a little snack, that's there. Oh, also the ice cream scoop place. Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Extra I love that one. Extra virgin, that's going to be your fresh Italian handmade pasta, guys. Great for plant forward eaters. So if you're a vegetarian and you like pasta and things, that is a great place to go. The Wake, that's kind of more their steak and seafood restaurant. Also, gorgeous brunch that they do there. And then Pink Agave is elevated Mexican. It's not like a basic like cruise taco thing. It's going to be more like Tex-Mex flair. Test Kitchen we talked a little bit about, and then Razzle Dazzle for any of you vegetarian eaters. That's going to be one of your prima places. Razzle Dazzle has a really great vegetarian forward menu, and you can see all this on Virgin Voyages website. You can actually see their menus, but they do a really great brunch. And they say brunch, but it starts like earlier too. Like you can actually get their brunch menu as early as 7 a.m. So if, for example, you wanted to go hit up Razzle Dazzle and kind of have a really big breakfast before you get off for your excursion day, you can do that. And they are great. Quick note for vegans though, Virgin, one kind of area that I'm looking forward to them improving in the future is they're not really set up well for vegans on their vegan menu items. So do bring some supplements with you. They do have tofu items. They do have like some of their Impossible burgers and those kind of things. You could get like beans with your salad, hummus, those kind of things. But it is a little bit more difficult if you have high protein goals, like if you're looking to hit 80, 90, 100 grams of protein a day, that can be a little bit more difficult. So definitely hit up the smoothie bar, gym and tonic, and do the plant-based protein there. And if you have a specific smoothie supplement or a protein supplement that you like, it's advised to bring it just as they're looking at maybe updating their menus in the future. Okay, next up, we talked a little bit about Jim and Dominic already. I've mentioned
Alicia,
it like 3 times. Yeah,
Can I
go
say,
ahead.
I also, they have this galley that you can walk in any time of the day and you can have breakfast all day. And there are all these
Mhm.
different stations. So many things you can choose from and just walk in and grab it. So it's, and also they have these amazing desserts. You can just like, it's like the Wonderland where you can eat all day if you want. So I wanted to mention
I
that too.
know.
Like in the middle of the night after the party, I went and had hash browns and breakfast and went to the hot tub. So you can do
You
in your own
can.
style. Yeah.
You definitely can. And I just stopped share for 1 second because it's not loading my full page view. So I'm gonna fix it real quick. Yeah, so it's definitely important that you pair with your food some of those wellness classes. Maybe you want to do the Pilates. Ooh, or what's really fun is the oh my gosh, what do they have it called? I'm trying to remember now. Give me a second, I'll think of it. But it's like the rope suspension, like where you can hang from the ropes and like do the different types of yoga and stuff, like those kind of fun classes.
Oh, I
So
didn't
check
see
and
that.
see what's available on your ship. Yeah. Check and see what's available on your ship because each of the ships have different itineraries and things that they do for that. Okay, let me
Cool.
grab back now
And
to
they have
share.
dancing almost every night. I went
Mm-hmm.
pretty much every evening. There's stuff going on. You can go to a show, and then afterward, there's this or that party. So I moved around all the time,
Yes,
even without
yes.
classes.
Lots of opportunities to burn off all the amazing ice cream and desserts and all the really good food. And it's so hard. It's so hard because their food is so good. Like on other cruises, I might not overeat because I'm like, but on this one, it's really like the food's really good, which is big for me. Okay, so fitness, we talked a little bit about this. We've got bar, Pilates, boxing, cycling and spin, yoga, vinyasa flow, deck runs and walks. And then there's other classes as well. And then the spa. The spa is gorgeous. Just a note on the spa, that's not included in your price. So if you want any of the spa sessions, those are going to be extra. You just book those separately. Okay. And then wellness, fitness, and gym and tonic. So I mentioned before group workouts. They are really great for they'll kind of work around you. So the instructors, they're going to work with you if you are a guru at doing yoga flows or if you're a newbie. They'll work with you boxing, anything that you want to take, you want to play with, you want to explore new avenues for wellness. They'll work with you on that. The juices are amazing. And then obviously you don't have to dress up. Most of the people who are traveling on Virgin, it's going to be very casual, like maybe a button-up shirt or a t-shirt, shorts. So very cruise casual flow. Okay. And then
And
here are just some
and
really fun pictures.
hang on. And you can bring sparkly fun stuff to dress up because
You
they
can.
have several opportunities for that. And so they even have like in the evenings, first of all, they have Scarlet Night where people do dress up
Mhm.
in something red. And then they have some themed things like there's a PJ party that was the first
Mhm.
night, I believe. You can just come have fun with PJs.
Yep.
They have a glam up bar where you can get like glitter glam, like face paint stuff. And what I also want to say that they're so inclusive and with
Yeah.
all the gender options that are out there, they're really inclusive and very colorful. They have like a diva on board with a diva show, and 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 so you'll see a lot of couples also that are sometimes flamboyant and dress up. More than once seen people with like glitter and like I know we have some unicorns here who love to do all that stuff, Brooke
Aw.
especially, and me
Yay.
too. And so it's a great opportunity to really be yourself and like to have
Yeah.
total fun.
And to play. I mean, because this
Right.
is an experience for adults to just kind of relax
Yep.
and to play, and it's a no judgment zone, which is fantastic.
Yep.
Everyone that I've met with Virgin Voyages has been, it's the type of people where you're not gonna see judgment, you're not gonna incur that. It's just gonna be fun, exciting, make friends. Um, like kindergarten, but you're an adult and you have really good food.
Yes.
And so that vibe. So it's a lot of fun. And then the other thing, I think on this cruise, I'll need to go back and look, but I want to say on this cruise, there's an 80s night. So we'll double check on that. But I think on this ship specifically, they do an 80s night where you can pre-plan ahead and bring all your neon and your glitter and like, do your side ponytail up and do all the fun things there too. So yeah, so we just talked a little bit about some of the yoga experiences they have. They also have a really nice lady salon for manicures, pedicures, doing a blowout, getting your hair done. Stubble and Groom is the men's salon. And then Squid Ink, if you wanted to get a tattoo on board to commemorate your wellness adventure or get all group matching tattoos, you can do that there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's super fun. I had one, a lady on my last group who did that. She was so excited. She showed everyone pictures. I was like, "You're so brave. You got a tattoo on water." And she's like, "It was great. It was smooth. Totally fine." They're so professional. Um, so who sails with Virgin Voyages? Just to kind of give you an idea of kind of the audience. Average age is going to be 35 to 55. A lot of ladies, because this ship was like designed for women. Very safe spaces. It's gorgeous. There's lots to do. There's even like if you need to like take a break or kind of get away from some of the like if it's like too busy for you in some areas, there's lots of quiet spaces that you can go explore, including like there's the Virgin Room, which is like where they have all the records and you can go in and put headphones on because they started as a music company, right? So you can go listen to music. They have private karaoke rooms if you want to peel off with like 3 or 4 friends and do karaoke. There's lots of ways to immerse yourself. They're very experience driven, not like come throw me on an all-inclusive resort and leave me on the beach. These are generally folks who love to travel, experience life, live life to the fullest, kind of explore, taste, play in a lot of arenas. Okay. And this is why it's a really good mix for you guys, because specifically this is your group. These are going to be a lot of excited, energetic, and also, balanced calm people who are wanting to explore, have fun, play, and draw in international travelers as well.
Yeah. And I want to say something real quick too. Did he say you hinted at it a little bit? So it's a very uh, like choose your own adventure sort of
Mhm.
playground on board. And whatever your personal desire is for the day, you can choose quiet, you can choose busy, and you have such a palette to choose from
Mhm.
that you can design your own experience that way. And we're actually even what I'm doing with my wellness experience, I'm designing it so you can experience all of those things and have a framework of our adventure with wellness, which I'll talk about later. But like, yeah, you can pick whatever tickles your fancy.
Yes, which is what's fantastic. And it can change from day to day, from hour to hour, depending on what mood you're in. There's always something that you can do. Even if you just want to kick back in the hammock and have room service delivered, that's always nice too. So this is just a little bit about their spaces. The Manor's gorgeous. It's their late night lounge and dance venue. Squid Ink, we talked about immersive theater. Scarlet Night, that's their famous all out ship party. Everyone dresses in a shade of red. It's huge. It's their big party up on the ship deck. It's a lot of fun. They're known for this party. And bar tab add-ons. So one thing Virgin does not do, just to let you know, if you've been on other cruises where you can buy a drink package or an alcoholic drink package, and it's,
No
whatever it is,
pickleball.
70. No, it's $75 or whatever it is a day per person in your cabin. And everybody in the cabin has to purchase it. So you're spending $150 a day for access to alcohol. And you can have up to 15 drinks. So what happens is you just have a lot of people who are just sloshed on the cruise. And maybe that's fine. Maybe that's the vibe you like. Virgin doesn't do that. They have a bar tab. And so you can preload it with as much as you want. And it's just what you intend to spend. And they're just regular prices like you would see in any kind of city or, bar. So like most of the well drinks or basic beers and stuff are going to be $10 or under. Some like cocktails might be 14 and under for like a nice cocktail or upper glass of wine. So those are going to be there for you if you want that, and you can just add on as much as you want, or you can just buy as you go. And what I find that does is that prevents a lot of people from just being completely sloshed the whole time, which I really appreciate for me.
Mhm.
So it's just a different experience. It's a little bit more mindful. So
Yes.
this is kind of going into, I think this is the Manor. This is the
Hang
Wee
on.
Fancy party.
Can I
Mhm.
pause you real quick? Sorry,
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
had one question about the wellness portion. If there is pickleball on board, and they do not have pickleball courts, but I saw basketball courts and
That
other
is true.
wellness things. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, no pickleball. And maybe they might do it on one of their newer ships. They're rolling out like a new ship every year. And with the rise in pickleball, it would not surprise me if an outdoor or even an indoor court gets added. One thing I will say though, the ships are smaller than like some big, great big gargantuan ships. So this is not the size of like a Royal Caribbean or some of the larger Carnival or different cruise lines. This is a smaller ship for a more intimate experience. So all the rooms and all the spaces are very intentionally planned. But there is a basketball court, there's a track you can walk or run around that is gorgeous. And then there's all the group classes and things as well. So these are just some images of the entertainment. So this is going into the banner. This is We Fancy. This is the party they do, a dress up party. It doesn't have to be red, but this is your sparkle glitter fancy dress. Drop out that cocktail dress you've had in the back of the closet. This is the dress at night. Festival stage acts. This is the karaoke. This is Voyage Vinyl. This is their record shop, which is fun. Arcade. They have a board game space. If you prefer quieter entertainment, there's a space to do board games and stuff as well. And then these are just kind of showing some of the excursions that are available specific to this itinerary. So no excursions are included in your cruise price. You can add them as you see fit. They're really fun to find 1 or 2 people to go with and kind of break off and do many excursions together. One I really like is this Stingray Starfish Escape. This is one of their newer tours, and it's a lot of fun. Clear water, and you just kind of get to go in and play with and kind of explore the area there. They've also got the catamaran to Stingray City. This is a lot of fun. I did this one in Antigua, where you get to go out and actually like pet the stingrays, which is pretty cool. They just have like this area where they started feeding stingrays, and so you can go out and pet with them and hold them and do all kind of things. Bamboo Beach is beautiful, and then we've got some accessible waterfalls and options as well. Okay. Astrid, I tried to do this earlier where I clicked on something. We're going to try this as well. But if you haven't seen Astrid's video, we're going to attempt to see if we can play
You
it.
can skip it. It's okay because we will have
Oh,
this
skip
on
it.
the website. Yeah, and I
Okay,
think
good.
everybody who came to me already saw the trailer, and you know, I'm speaking a few things in there. So if you haven't seen it, make sure to click on the cruise website, and it's right there. That's my summary of the whole experience right there.
Well, hold on a second. My Google thing just went a little crazy. Sorry, y'all.
That's
I was
okay.
trying to get back to that. There we go. Technology is technologying today. There we go. Get back here. Okay, great. We're trying to load. No?
And you can
Well,
also
while I'm
questions in the chat
yeah.
or ask questions anytime now if anything already came up while Delicia is loading her next page. Does anybody have any questions right now that popped up?
Nothing so far. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Mini tech malfunction.
Yeah, I guess one question, Astrid, is well, how many passengers total? And then I just saw like a little quick slide that was like, let's aim for 12 for integrative wellness. So I'm wondering like how many people is your goal to be integrative wellness, and how many people total on, and will they know that is like integrative wellness going to be its like own group? Because you had mentioned before maybe coming on as a provider. So just curious around like what your goals are around that, and
Yeah.
and
Okay.
what the provider opportunities would be like. Are you paying the same price as the rest of the passengers, but
Yeah.
required to provide services? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll answer the quantity question first. So I'm having, I want to make the experience so that it's personal and not overwhelming for people. So I am capping at 5 to maximum 8 professionals to join us. And we still have a few spots open if you're interested in that. So you also get like a nice highlight, you know, where one day it's going to be you in the morning to provide a taster experience and so forth. And in terms of the full number of people, this is the first time that we're doing this cruise. So I don't have a big following yet, right? So what I'm seeing happening so far is I have I think we have what, like 6 cabins or something. Like we have yeses for 6 cabins, something like that. I have, I'm guessing we're going to be around 10, 12 people or something like that on board. But it's possible that more will say yes because I have more in my field that are interested. So it's kind of hard to gauge, right? So what this will not be, I will not have like 40 or 50 people and have like a big giant thing. So it will be a group that you can connect with. I'm guessing like maximum 20 or something like that. And if it is a bit more, then I would make sure that I bring the tech to still make it an intimate experience, you know, where we can all hear each other and that kind of thing. So wait, there was one more question. Oh, so the provider specific questions, I will loop back with you personally because this call is for the public, for everybody else. I will let you know about that as well. I take note of your question.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Okay.
And
Oh,
that helps
the one
clarify,
other
right?
question.
Okay.
Sorry, maybe Delicia. How many passengers total on the ship so I get an idea of the ship size?
Let's see. For the Resilient Lady, most of the Virgin Voyages ships are between 22 and 2,500. I'll have to check that number specifically. I can pull it up actually on this other tab. I'll get you the facts on that one. I might have to, well, when I stop sharing my screen, I can look it up for you, but it's going to be around that size. And Astrid right now has 12 cabins available. So the most, if you know, the cruise fully booked out, the most that she would have if everyone booked double rooms, which obviously some people are going to book single rooms, but the most would be 20 to 24. But as I said, a lot of people so far have been interested in single rooms also. So yeah, I think the numbers that she quoted you are pretty good. But that's just what we have reserved and set aside for this group specifically. And we may fill them all. It would be fun. Any other questions before we go? What's included? No? Okay. So here's what's included in the package.
One more question
Oh,
just popped up from
yeah.
Margot. When is the cutoff for these prices?
Yeah, that's coming up real soon. I'm going to talk about that in the next like 2 slides. So I'll cover what's included in the prices in the package. But the cutoff is coming up really soon. I believe it's the 25th of this month. And that's just to get the deposit down and then the hotel room if you want to join with the hotel as well. And we're going to do fun things with that one. So this is what is kind of included so far. So the pre-cruise hotel night includes airport shuttle from the airport to the hotel, your reception. You get an evening reception at the hotel, breakfast the next morning, and then there's a fitness center and a pool. There's not like dinner, but there is a restaurant on site, or we can coordinate what I think would be really fun. And I can look at this for the group is what restaurants are within walking distance, or we can kind of get a shuttle and I'll go to a restaurant. We did this for another group I worked with and they had a really good time. We had a nice, fun evening dinner, but there is an evening reception included. Then this also includes with your cruise fare, your accommodations, port taxes, gratuity, everything you see there. So there's no additional fees with that. All your meals, we talked about that, all onboard entertainment. Then if you're doing the packages and stuff with Astrid, you're going to get the wellness treasure quest, the morning wellness meeting and treasure hunts, private sessions with wellness pros, the culinary adventures and shared group meals and experiences. And then with me, just so you know how that works on my side, gold tier certified. I will handle any food allergies or intolerances. I'm used to handling that stuff. So if you have any special menu requests that you need noted on your account, I can make sure that Virgin's aware of that. Any medical devices, if you need a sharps container in your room, if you need special help onboarding the ship or getting off the ship, ADA compliant rooms, I handle all that as well. And I also handle any of the curated group experiences. So all of the travel logistics side, that's going to fall to me. And then payments to Virgin themselves is going to fall to me.
Yes, and I want to address a question real quick. So
Mhm.
Margot was asking about to reconfirm the itinerary with the dates. So yes, it's correct. On the 9th, we will meet in Miami and you can join us in the hotel there or book a place of your own if you like. But I encourage everybody to come with us because I'll also think of some beautiful things to already spark the adventure there. So that's on the 9th, and then on the 10th is when the cruise starts.
Correct. So the 9th will be you're flying into Miami and then dinner upon arrival. So like I mentioned, there's a light evening reception with drinks, and I'm going to be looking at restaurants in the area that I think would be a good fit for everyone. I'll have more information on that once I have everyone who's going and I know what kind of, if we have any food allergies or intolerances or preferences we're working with. I kind of wait to plan the dinner option until I have all that together. So I'll have more information on that, probably 30 days before sailing. Travel insurance is not included. I do recommend highly requiring that as something that you add on, because in the event that you get injured, or you get sick on the ship, there's a ship doctor on there, or you lose a tooth, or you're sliding down a waterfall and, knock your mouth on a rock, God forbid. Anything happens to you, we want to make sure that you're covered. And if there's any kind of emergency situation, we want to make sure that we can fly you back to the US easily without bankrupting you so that you can get the hospital attention that you need. So that's going to cover all of that. And I will do individual trip insurance policies for everyone because that's based on the location you live in, your age, how many people are traveling, those kind of things. So those all have to be customized. But that said, it does cover a lot. It covers your lost baggage, travel delays. If your airplane is delayed by more than a certain amount of time, it covers that. It covers all of that and also your medical and dental while you're traveling, just to make sure that you're taken care of. And then, of course, if for any reason you had to cancel, it also covers that as long as it's canceled for covered reasons. Of course, I also have like a separate cancel for any reason policy as well. And I can talk to you all about that separately, and we can go through that at a later time. The shuttle to port is an additional, I hit it too fast and now I can't figure out how to get back. The shuttle to port is an additional $13, so that's not included. And then of course your meals and snacks that are not on the ship. So once you get off the ship and you're on the island, meals and snacks or, souvenir shopping, that's not included. So you'll just have your own spending money for those experiences.
Yes.
Two types of cabin options. Mhm.
1 second. So, thank you, Delicia. So,
Yeah.
talking about what's included. So I cruised on a super budget, meaning like I paid for everything and I was able to experience everything, eat everywhere, get coffee in the morning. I did notice that, like a coffee bar, if you want a fancy coffee, like there's a tab for that. So that they have kind of like the sailor tab or whatever that you have with your, like you preload it basically of how much, cash you want to have on your thing. And so that coffee bar would have cost something. And then in some restaurants, like if they have super exclusive items like a lobster or some really fancy thing, you can also upgrade to some of those things, but you don't have to. And everything already is like super fancy in my book. So just sharing that too.
It is. And just a note too, well, I'll cover this in the next slide. So let me hold that thought and come back to it. So there's two tiers and cabins that are available for the group pricing. So again, we're doing the private balcony, the central sea terrace. The reason we're doing central is because you can get a sea terrace cabin on the forward of the ship. Those are great, but if we have members that are more prone to seasickness, they cannot be great for them. Forward of the ship tends to have more motion. Back of the ship can be a little bit noisier, so we go central. And that really works well for everyone. Those are the most coveted room blocks, cabin blocks, and that's what I always go for because it works great for everyone. I haven't had anyone have a problem with them yet. I mean, they're fantastic. So they're midship, easy to access everything on the front of the ship or the back of the ship by elevator or walking. You're not having to walk from the back of the ship all the way to the front or vice versa. Okay, so we've got essential tier, which is what a lot of the pricing includes. That's what I use the base pricing on, and I'll show that in the next slide. That includes your cabin, classic Wi-Fi, pre-booked dining is included. So as I mentioned, there's 20 different restaurants. Some people like to go in and reserve times at some of the more popular restaurants. You don't have to. You can walk up to any restaurant and just say, hey, what's the wait? And they'll be like 10 minutes. But if you want to pre-book dining, you can. Some voyage modifications are allowed and gratuities are included. So these are fantastic for budget conscious sailors who want the full experience. Premium tier, if you want a little bit of extra, you get the upgraded Wi-Fi. That's fantastic if you're doing video calls or streaming. 2 device connections instead of 1. Pre-book dining, name change flexibility, which is great. So for example, say you're traveling with a friend and all of a sudden your friend tells you 30 days before sailing she or he can't go, you can swap in another person and we can just change the name on it. Priority sailor support and then bar tab credit per cabin. So you automatically get some of that bar tab included. I think with this one, it's either $25 or $50 of free bar tab, but I want to touch more on that in a second too. Okay, here's the deposit and payments and deadlines. And I know some of you had a question about this. If you want to screen grab this, you can. The deposit is due June 25th. Now, this is the deadline to lock in the current pricing. So after June 25th, the pricing can go up. So we can still add you to the group, but it'll be at a higher price. And this is priced for the essential balcony cabin I just showed everyone. So this is for the cabin with a hammock, pre-cruise hotel for 2 people, the deposit is going to be $730 or $365 per person. And again, that includes your pre-cruise hotel with everything that comes with that, your shuttle, your evening reception, your breakfast the next morning, everything there, $365 per person for a shared room. Your next payment will be due July 28th, so a little over a month away for 2 people. You're looking at $1,770 or $885. And then final payment will be due September 1st, and that's going to be $770 per person or $1,540. So your total for 2 people is going to be $4,040.07 or $2,020 each for 7 nights of connections, wellness activities, exploration, amazing food. Again, for the nth time, amazing food, entertainment, warm weather, crystal clear swimming waters, stingrays, and all the fun things and fun. Yes. And then again, if you want travel insurance quoted, just message me. I'll be happy to handle that for you. If you need solo sailor pricing, message me and I will get that quote for you as well. This is based on 2 people in a cabin pricing.
Yeah, and I can give you the ballpark for solo travelers, because that's how I'm calculating for myself. If you're coming by yourself, you want your own cabin and everything just for you. So I'm calculating roughly 3,000 for the whole package, and that includes the cruise cabin, like we're suggesting, plus the wellness adventure experience with me, ex-Miami. And oh yeah, the hotel is like so then it's like what, like 200 on top. I didn't include the hotel in that calculation, so 3,000 ish.
Yeah, let me double check that number. That sounds about right. But yeah, let me double check it just to make sure we give everybody the right number, because I want to make sure we're quoting for the right cabin and the hotel and everything. But that does, I'll pull up the other proposal in a second and I can double check too. So this is just some stuff we wanted to share with you guys. So we have 12 cabins available to us. If we get our 12 cabins booked, we get to unlock some really, really amazing group perks, including a bonus $200 bar tab credit per cabin. I want to mention, because I didn't mention this before, if you don't drink alcohol, that's fine. Your bar tab credit can be used for espressos. It can be used for all your frou-frou coffee drinks. I love them. It can be used at the smoothie bar. It can be used to get like juice refreshers and anything. So any of your elevated drinks, you can use your bar tab credit for. Anything drink related, alcoholic or non-alcoholic. You can do mocktails. You can have as much fun with it as you want. So if we hit our goal of 12 cabins booked, then everybody gets a $200 bar tab credit per room. So that's really fun. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is my information here. If you want to screenshot it or anything there, that's the website you can reach me at. Also happy to give you my WhatsApp phone number if you want to text questions as well. Any questions so far? No? Everybody's good? Covered everything?
Margot's coming. She's looking for the unmute button. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, we don't hear you for some reason, Margot. Is your microphone plugged in, or let's just double check. You look like you're unmuted, but
you can also use the chat box if you need to.
yeah, you can also use a chat box. Okay, awesome. And in a second, I will also share briefly about the wellness adventure experience, because Delicia talked about the cruise experience now. And I want to also share what happens on board when you become part of this adventure. Oh, Margot asked Delicia if you do airfare.
I can, yes, if you would like me to look up airfare for you. I typically don't book airfare directly, but I will look at it for you because, and this is why, some people have flight miles they want to use, and I run into that a lot where people are like, oh, I want to use my flight miles, I want to use my credit card miles, I want to use my whatever. So if you have that option where you can utilize that, great, please do, because that way you're getting your flight at a discount. If you don't have that option and you want help booking your flight, I'm happy to do that for you. It's just, for whatever reason, the vendors I work with, they don't allow me to use flight miles. So if you're just looking to pay cash or credit card for your, not cash, but credit card for your ticket, yeah, I'm happy to look up some flights for you.
Okay, cool. And I love that you put your phone and WhatsApp in there as well to reach you.
Mhm.
All right, so I will talk about the wellness experience briefly. So the adventure, so as you all already kind of saw in the trailer or heard, it is Caribbean and wellness pirate inspired. It's going to be a quest designed experience. And what does that mean? I don't mean that everybody's going to dress up like a pirate and we're doing it that way. It's a metaphor, but it will be very playful, also with pirate inspired things. So we're talking about you're going on a treasure quest for inner, not for illness, for wellness, for inner treasures, right? So you're questing like with mindfulness prompts and wellness prompts. We're meeting every morning with short gathering where we're going to do a mindfulness thing of like meditation of some sort. And that's also where the wellness professionals on board can come in, because they will get space to provide a taster experience of like 10 to 15 minutes. Every day it will be another person. And I'm hosting the whole experience where we all gather for a moment of gather for the magic for the day, have a calm moment to wake up, get inspired for the day. And then you get from me, you get a treasure quest prompt for the day. And you will co-design this experience because everybody will come with your own intention for the trip, right? Like I'm going to ask people like, what's your magic wish? What do you want to walk away with? What do you wish for? Like anything for your life, right? Whether it's for wellness, for joy, happiness, something you want to have more soulfulness in your life, whatever it is, you design your magic wish. And then that will be your own intention and curiosity for the whole quest. And then we will have playful prompts that spur more wellness for the body, but also inspiration in your mind. I might lead like visualizations, you know, that are Caribbean pirate adventure inspired and things like that. And I'm designing everything so that it's also really tailored to the stops we're making with a Caribbean cruise. So we're going to specific stops and they have specific energies and history, right? And so I'm going to design an adventure where you can literally, like on that day, it's going to be the energy of whatever. I'm like, I don't have the design yet, right? But it might be like a more adventurous one. And then another one might be more introspective. One might be like integration at sea, you know? So I'm designing a whole experience for an immersive adventure where you can literally find treasures, not just for your inner inspiration, but we will also have prompts on board where I will give you like a swag bag as a pirate, wellness pirate adventurer. And then you can actually tangibly find things as well and come with your journal, and it will be super fun. So we're meeting in the morning for that. And then in the evening, there will also be a gathering where you can bless you, where you can join us. And the evening gatherings are to come together for reflection, integration, and celebration. So everybody will get to share like, oh, you know what? I found this awareness gem today, right? This is how we're talking with the metaphors of like, I can do this in life, and this was amazing. Or like, oh, I found this new resource for wellness, or whatever. Or you practically spotted something that we hid somewhere on the ship and you're excited because you found a treasure, right? It can be all these cool things. And what I'm also bringing is the inspiration of dressing up if you like. We're going to have like some themed inspiration where you can also have fun with it and glitter up or whatever. Yeah, I don't have the details yet, but I'm getting there. So it'll be really fun. Cool. Okay. Questions for the overall experience. Any questions for Delicia or me with a wellness experience? Margot, put something in the chat. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there is. Actually, Margot, I'm happy to drop links too. Let me grab one. Let me see if I can open one up in a new tab, but I'll give you the links for the excursions and I'll put them in the chat. Give me 2 seconds for each day.
Yes, so the question is if there is a list of prices for the excursions. Thank you, Delicia. And if you've seen this on the website as a replay, you also see the cruise experience. You can click on that, and then you see the whole itinerary, and you'll see like all the cruise stops. And in every cruise stop, you can also explore like what's happening there, what can I do, what are the prices. So you also see it on the website.
A lot of the excursions, just to kind of give you guys an idea too, are like usually in that $150 range. So they're pretty reasonably priced for the experience that you get. Like where else are you going to get to swim with stingrays for like 150 bucks? I mean, it's incredible. So I'll put those in there for you.
Yes.
Any other questions while I'm doing that?
And then also to let you all know, and you can ask more questions too, but so I will be your Wellness Pirate Leader host on board. And I will be your liaison to any questions you'll have on board. If you need something, I will be your connection also to Sailor Services. If you have any questions, I can take care of them for you on board. They have a super great customer service where everybody travels with an app with Virgin, and you can text them and they respond back. But again, you can also come to me, and what we will do is we'll have like a group chat with a WhatsApp thing where you can always reach me if you need anything, have questions, or use the group chat to meet with each other if you want. That's something that happened on the last cruise where I was. I traveled solo, and Virgin has a really cool solo program. So I got to meet with other solo travelers, and they ended up starting a WhatsApp group. This is also what we will do. And when somebody felt like doing something, they just threw it in the chat and say like, "Hey, I'm here at the party. Anybody joining or whatever." So you can always choose to just go solo if you want during the day and have your quiet time, or you can connect with others in our adventure. Cool. Any other questions?
Okay, and those links are in the chat for you
Thank
all.
you. Okay, and Brooke has to
Yeah.
run. Very informative. Yes, I'll
Thank you,
loop in
Brooke.
with you about your good question as well, Brooke. Thanks for being here. Awesome.
Thank you. Take care. Good to
Yes,
see you, Astrid.
absolutely.
Yeah, good to see you, Brooke. So good. Awesome. And Alicia, you gave your contact information. We also have it on the
Yeah.
website. And so for the next step, if you're interested in joining, on the website, you see the Start Your Adventure Here button. So that's the next step where you can just start there. And there are a few questions about your contact info and so forth. And you can choose your preferences for the adventure, just something to get your mind going of like, what experience do you like? And you answer a few questions that way. And then as soon as you send that, I get the message and I connect you with Delicia. And then you can, with Delicia, you get to book your cabin and ask any particular personal questions you have about traveling with Virgin. And she can tailor your booking to your preferences. Because we didn't mention, but there are also other cabin options if you do want, so we hear your wishes and desires, and Delicia can advise you and help you make sure you got everything covered. And then as soon as you're locked in with your cabin, I will be the person afterward to talk with and the payment for the wellness experience that comes after all the cruise payments are done, because that is more important to make sure that you're locked in at the price that you got. And my wellness portion is $500. That will be like after all the cruise payments. So, but that totals up to the numbers that we told you before.
Margot asked a question. Would you suggest starting out single and then adding a person, or the double then going single? Oh, so you're not sure if you have someone else you want to travel with, Margot? Okay, got it. So let me look. Let me look at the FAQ I have for this really quick. Let me
That's a
just look
great
at what we've got
question.
in here. That is a really good question. I love questions. Okay, so let's see. The single occupancy on that central terrace. So single occupancy with the prepaid gratuities, this is cruise only, is $26.48. And that's on the essential plan. So that's $26.48. On a double occupancy, that is $3,000 even. Now that's the cruise, that's not including the hotel room, which I think is like around like $270 or $280, I think. So it's the price of $26.48 versus, so if you wanted to book single and add someone later, I think we could do that on the essential. Let me double check on that and make sure we don't have to have that on the premium. That's a really good question, and I'm gonna double check the terms and conditions with Virgin and see what would be the easiest way to go on that. But that's just kind of the price difference. It's about $300-ish price difference, single versus bringing someone with you. So if you can bring someone with you, someone who you can tolerate sleeping in the same room with you, then it splits the cost, which is fantastic. Some people really just like having all the space themselves. They're like, nope, all I want to do is have my own bed, my own room. And that's totally fine also. But it does save you, you know, roughly $1,500 if you find someone that you want to bring with you and you decide to share cost.
Per cabin, right? Yeah.
Per cabin, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay. So
Margot,
if you
don't mind too.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, Margot, if you don't mind too, if you see my email address in there, if you'll email me that question, then that way I have a way to get back in touch with you with the answer. I would appreciate that. It's in the chat. Connect@travelagentgreenville.com.
I can also introduce you because I have both of your emails. I'll just connect you both.
Oh, fantastic. That's perfect. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Terry, did you have any question, or Margot, if you have another one, feel free to add it.
I have no questions right now.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, well, this sounds awesome. Thank you all so much for being here, and Delicia also for your time and the thorough presentation. So if you have more questions, feel free to reach out directly to Delicia about the Virgin portion, to me about the wellness experience. If you're even just curious to start this adventure, you can fill in the questionnaire. Like you're not, there's no obligation, whatever. If you fill that in, that means it comes to me and I'll see your contact info and stuff, and I can connect you with Delicia to ask any questions you might have and to book your cabin if you're ready. And then after that, you'll come to me to lock in your wellness portion. All right. Okay. Well, I'm excited, everybody. Thank you so much for having been here, for your interest. And I hope that we can welcome many of you together on board with this really cool experience. I have already ideas bubbling and design things are already bubbling. I'm very excited.
It's going to be so beautiful and so much fun. There's definitely something for everyone to do. And like Astrid said, if you have any questions, just feel free to fill out that form and connect with me, and I can answer any of your questions on that. You're not committing to placing a deposit by submitting that form. That's just to get questions answered. That's just to let us know, hey, I'm interested, but I might have some questions, and I'll be happy to answer those for you. But it is going to be really, really exciting. Virgin is fantastic. Astrid is fantastic. And so then you get to put those two together, and it's going to be so fun. So I'm excited for all of you.
Yeah, I was on that last cruise for the very first time, and I was so blown away by everything. That's why I'm choosing Virgin to do this experience. And I literally experienced for myself how good of a match it is to bring a wellness adventure onto the cruise. It's just perfect. They're so we didn't mention they also have creativity on board. They have playfulness. They actually have a playground. There's a teeter-totter. There are swings, and it's just it really has wellness built in so many ways, like for body, mind, emotion, spirit, soul. Is exactly what we're all about, like playfulness and everything. This is so great. Yeah, awesome.
It's going to be amazing.
Well,
thank you so much for joining.